What up? What up? What up? Y'all already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Shot himself, aka Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Let's go, boxeo, boxeo, boxeo. A lot of drama, good fights, free agency. Got a lot of things to look forward to, man. Got a lot of things to look forward to. Smash that like button on your way in. Smash the like button in the casa of Ponce Tronqueo Boxeo. Shout out to the people in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's good, man? Truth in the building. What's good? Slick in the building. What's good? Bacon Eggs in the building. Man on Fire TV in the building. What's good, man? What's good? Jay in the building. Tres in the building. Army in the building. Dímelo, mi hermano. Mi hermanas, everybody. Man. You know, I've been talking about this subject, you know what I'm saying, early, I think it was early last year when I was really talking about this type of subject in terms of, you know, we got good phenom in the sport of boxing. We got Jerome Boots, and it's going to be performing this Saturday, Philadelphia, DAZN versus Dave Avenesian. The last time we saw Dave Avenesian when he got his ass kicked by Terrence Bud Crawford, the 3-division world champion, 2-division undisputed. And long layoff. Let's see if Jerome Boots Ennis is going to do his thing. But of course, everybody going to be looking at when is Jerome Boots Ennis going to knock him out? When he's going to stop him and then gauge him with the boots and Terrence Bud Crawford. And if he doesn't do what Terrence Bud Crawford did early than the 5th round, then a lot of people are going to criticize Jerome Boots Ennis. Unfair, but that's the way that the boxing goes, right? Rick in the building. What's good? What's good? Shout out to one of the members of Punch Drunk Boxing. Low Nose Boxing in the building. Low Nose Boxing in the building. Liam Powell versus Cambosa in talks. I seen a Twitter feed. I told you Tio should take the Cambosa rematch. Who said that Cambosa wants the rematch? You feel me? Maybe Cambosa doesn't want the rematch. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he should take the rematch. Yeah, he should go for Bud Crawford as well, and he should go move up to the 147-pound division and become a 3-division world champion, fighting on Brian Norman Jr. Or maybe Javante Tan Davis should negotiate instead of with Lomachenko and negotiate with Teofimo Lopez. How about that? Low Nose Boxing. But anyway, we got great American talent. As much as people always want to refer to the past, right? And I'm going to say a statement that I know some of y'all may not like, or maybe most of y'all may not like. But I think that fighters today will whoop the fighters of the past as well. I'm not saying that the fighters of the past won't whoop the fighters of today. We're slave to the moment. We're slave to the legends. We're slave to our era, right? If you come from the 70s, you're going to like 70s fighters. If you come from the 80s, you're going to be like the 80s. Your time is always going to be the one that you give the benefit of the doubt, right? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like in basketball. Who's better, Michael Jordan, LeBron James? Jordan. Jordan's always going to be good. Jordan's always going to be the best. They ain't going to give in. Ain't nobody going to give in, right? For young people, it'd be like, nah, LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? He was more of an all-around player. Blah, 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 blah. Nah, it's always going to be Jordan. Always going to be Jordan, right? In the sport of boxing, I think we have great crop of talent. We got Javante Tan Davis. We got Teofimo Lopez, the 2-division lineal champion. Should have been, if it wasn't for the policies of the sport of boxing, you already know he'll be to the first 2-division undisputed in the 4-belt era. We got Devin Haney, undisputed in the lightweight division. 2-division world champion, B Regis Pro Grace in the 140-pound division when he moved up, the first fight when he moved up. We got Shakur Stevenson, the 3-division world champion, super featherweight unified champion. We got Bam Rodriguez, 2-division world champion, just beat Estrada, a future Hall of Famer. We got David Benavidez, La Bandera Roja, the Mexican monster, the Ecuadorian monster, the Dominican monster. We got some great talent. We got Jerome Boots Ennis, again, like I said, going to be performing this Saturday, DAZN, Philadelphia versus Dave Avenesian. We got Virgil Ortiz, who just inked another multi-fight deal with Golden Boy Promotions, and I like that fight, right? But most of the guys, the core of the young generation, right? The Tio, Shakur, Haney, Devin, Ryan, they all hate it. They all hate it. In which we're blessed to have these talent. Let me see it like this. The talent pool is more than the past, in my opinion. See, when people like to compare the past to today, you know, it's unfair because we're comparing cemented legacy. People like to say, well, but Shakur Stevenson ain't Floyd Mayweather. But shit, these guys ain't Roberto Durant. But these guys ain't Thomas Hearns. But these guys ain't yeah. We're comparing guys that's not even in their prime yet, that's entering their prime to cement the legacy. But let's talk about the other guys in the past. Let's talk about that rank 10 in the lightweight division. Talk to me about who's number 3. Who's number 3? Who's number 4? Who's number 5? If we think that Roberto Durant was number 1 back in the days in the lightweight division, if we think that the welterweight division that Sugar Ray Leonard was number 1, tell me who was number 5. How much you want to bet these guys will beat the number 4, the number 5, the number 6, the number 7, number 8, number 9, 10, order them? How about that? How about that? Yeah. A guy like in the welterweight division, a Terrence Crawford would be all of them except probably Sugar Ray Leonard in the welterweight division. He'll be Wilfred Benitez. M in the building, David Benavidez. David Rodriguez, Chino in the building. What's good, man? Coda in the building. Dímelo, Coda. Punch, drunk, one of the last of the reals. That's what I'm talking about, Coda. Tell him, Coda. Boricua in the building. What's good, man? Also, man, we heard that Mill City Boxing that Panda has separated from Subriel Matias. You know, that's unfortunate, folks, man. I'm tired of fighters when they get that money, that moolah, they leave the trainer. Oh yeah, once they ink that deal or that 10% they was about to give that trainer, boom, they bounce. Just like Triple G got inked that deal with the zone. He said, F, Abel Sanchez, I ain't gonna give him no 10%. Just like Andy Ruiz when he was eating extra Butterfingers leading up to the Anthony Joshua. I ain't gonna give him the 10%. They ditched their trainers. That's no good. That's no bueno. That's so nice. Charles at the cheese in the building. Dímelo, Charles. Edward. Cheese in the building. Queso in the building. What's good? Pero la música de queso in the building.
He's got his own money. I tell you, he's got his own money. I mean, the boy has got his own money.
Clase Azul in session. Right there, my friends, everybody. DJ Camaro Alex Station, póngame la música, Yankating. All right, my friends. What's good, Queso? Shy in the building. What's good, Shy? Man on fire in the building. What's good? So so Subriel Matias is not working with Panda. I want to know why. Now look. I think that these fighters be cheap, bro. I think these fighters be cheap, man. I see this happening too much in the sport of boxing. These guys ink a deal and then they want to dish the people that actually got them to become a champion, right? And then they wouldn't do everything to become a champion. And then once they get that money, yo no quiero entrenar en México ya. Yo me quiero quedar aquí con la familia en Puerto Rico. That's when you said that. He's telling Panda, in other words, I ain't hungry no more, bro. So you got to come to Puerto Rico now. Hey, it is what it is. Hoy se me díselo, David Rodriguez, ¿qué estamos viendo ustedes? What are you drinking today and everybody right now, huh? Okay, don't hit me like that. I hit you right back, okay? Clase Azul. Anyway. So that's that. Hopefully he finds a good trainer. I doubt that at the age of 32, 33 years old, the way that I see him and the way that he talks, he feels like, ain't nobody going to change him. So it is what it is. I never thought too highly of the skills and talent of Subriel Matias. I thought he was a hype job. But of course, he was a good, it was a momentum of, I think that Puerto Rican boxing needed a Subriel Matias, in my opinion. And I was just happy for the Puerto Rican people. Low Nose Boxing says, you reaching punch, 147 Hearns. Duran, Benitez, Cuevas is what better today's. You see Lono's boxing. That's why you're not listening to what I just said. You just mentioned the names that I told you not to mention. You mentioned the names. You said Leonard, Hearns, Durant. I said those are cemented legacy. Those are greatness already. I said mention the others. Mention in those eras. Mention me the number 5, the number 6, the number 7, the number 8, the number 9. Mention me those. Not Sugar Ray Leonard. Huh? I ain't never heard of Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Javante Tang, Davis, of course, Stevenson quit like Roberto Duran. Huh? They ain't quit. They ain't say no mas. How about that? Yeah. Tifa. How about this? I think that Jerome Booth Ennis will beat Wilfred Benitez. I think that Earl Spence probably beats Wilfred Benitez. I think so. Now we always shitting on today for the past. Like y'all was living in the past. Y'all was watching ESPN Classics. Stop playing around. You don't know nothing about all these fighters. Y'all don't know nothing about these fighters. Huh? He said, you crazy, you lost your mind. Ryan quit. And Ryan was put on the rehydration clause too. Huh? Ryan quit. Yeah, nah. Yeah, Ryan Garcia will hit Wilfred Benitez with a left hook. He'll knock great Wilfred Benitez too. No. Spence was one-dimensional. Benitez was out. Man, please. He won't outclass nobody. He won't outclass nobody. You living in the past, and you ain't even from the past. You living in the past. Stop playing. You watch ESPN Classic too much. But anyway, today's is good. We got. I think that we have. I think boxing in terms of skill set is more stacked up than it's ever been. More stacked up than it's ever been, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's more stacked up, especially with America. See, let me tell you like this about American fighters. It's an evolution of American fighters, also American Latinos as well. The Virgil Ortiz, the Teofimo Lopez, the Bam Rodriguez. See, remember the first real big American Latino was Oscar de la Hoya, right? Oscar de la Hoya, Fernando Vargas. This is a new thing also for the American Latinos, the Americanized Latinos, the Danny Garcias, the Virgil Ortiz, the Teofimo Lopez, the Bam Rodriguez, the David Benavidez. This is a whole new era for even the Americanized Latinos. We ain't talking about the Salvador Sanchez, the Wilfred Benitez that are Latino, but they from the motherland Latino. This is a whole new generation of a whole crop of Americanized Latinos. So it's something new. So these guys, you would think that, but Bam Rodriguez is Mexican, David Benavidez is Mexican, but they're not going to get the support of the country. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to get what Canelo Alvarez. David Benavidez is not going to get the Canelo Alvarez love from Mexico. 135 is super lit if we get the fight. Yeah, super lit. One of the most stacked division in the sport of boxing. The 140-pound division is one of the most stacked division in the sport of boxing. The 154, one of the stacked division in the sport of boxing. The number one could be beaten by the number 10 in this era. In this era, the number 1 could be beaten by the number 10 if you don't come prepared. Back in the days, everybody just named Durant, Leonard, Hearns, Hagler, Benitez. That's it? That's all y'all got for me? Keith Thurman in his heyday will be Wilfred Benitez. Keith Thurman in his heyday. Yes. Keith Thurman, when in his prime, will be. Terrence Bud Crawford in his prime will be guys in the past as well. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Ryan is Fred. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan is fridge contender if he fought in that era. No, he not. Ryan Garcia will knock out somebody with that left hook in any era. Well, in any era, he'll knock out any 135, 140 pounder. In any era. Low nose boxing. In any era. Oh, you did that punch. Oh, that they got that. Oh, back in the days, they just was different iron chin. iron cheekbones. Man, please, you guys acting like these guys just came out of nowhere and just became fighters. These guys have been fighters ever since 7 years old. Ryan Garcia is a 15 national champion, bruh. Teofimo Lopez is a USA. He won the USA Olympic try. He's an Olympian. Shakur Stevenson, Olympian. Keyshawn Davis, an Olympian. Javante Tang Davis had almost 250 amateur bouts. Won his first national by the age of 10. Please, bro. I study the game. I'm telling you so much. I study the game. Go look at old flicks of other fighters. You'll be like, man, please, man. Tank will knock most of these guys out. T.O. I'll school all of them. Most of these guys won't even touch Shakur Stevenson. Yes. The only difference is that I think it's stamina because of the 15 rounds. That's the only difference. That's what I'll give to past that. Fighters. People sleep on. David Benavidez will be a bunch of these guys in the middleweight division. Back in the days. David Benavidez. How much would if I say Canelo Alvarez beat Hearns, y'all be like, if Canelo Alvarez beat Hearns, I'm sorry, Hagler. Hell no. Hell, why not? Why Canelo Alvarez can't beat Hagler? Why not? Hagler wasn't this defensive fighter. Canelo Alvarez will beat Hagler. He'll be Hagler. Shout out to Marvin Hagler, R.I.P. But his noticeable win was fighting smaller guys. His noticeable wins was fighting smaller guys. Who Hagler beat? Oh, you know what I'm saying? He beat Hearns. Well, Hearns was a 154-pounder. Well, he beat Sugar Ray Leonard. Man, Sugar Ray Leonard came after 3 years retired and went to the 160-pound division in the middleweight division and beat Hagler. Can you imagine today if that would happen to another elite fighter? Can you imagine? 3 years layoff, retire, come 2 division up and fight Hagler and beat him? Hagler was just known to beating little guys. Oh, he beat Durant. Yeah, Durant was a real lightweight. He said blasphemy. He said blasphemy punch. Stop it. You hurting me, punch. Stop it. No. We got to level the playing field right here, man. It's too much disrespect going on to the fighters of today. Every fighter in America is hated. Tanky, Shakur, Tio, Haney. And then everybody want to worry about, these guys don't sell. These guys, look at their numbers. We are the only community that be looking at numbers, that be pocket watching all day. And then we put them against each other as well. You want to see Tank and Tio, but Tio doesn't sell. I mean, he was fighting in Miami and those 3,500 people. So he doesn't sell. Also, you only want to sell people that sell versus people that sell? Because if it's like that, think about it. Take that type of mentality and watch other sports. So because the New York Knicks is the highest paid franchise in terms of revenue, and the Los Angeles Lakers, these are the 2 powerhouse in the sport of boxing in terms of revenue. Guess what? For 82 games, we can only watch Lakers and Knicks. Because I'm a Knicks fan. I'm gonna be like, come on, man, look how much we sell in Madison Square Garden. How much Miami? How many seats does Miami sell? We don't want to face Miami. How much does Philadelphia make money more than we make more money than Philadelphia Sixers? Forget the playoff. We got to go straight to the championship because we make more money. We're the cash cows of the NBA. Mayor Colodía, peso de super chari parique. Me dice. I'm going to have to disagree with you, Punch. Back then, fighters will fight closer to their walk-around weight, and they had more balls, and fight 5 to 8 times a year. I like that, Mayor. It's true. They did fight 5 or 8 times at a year, but they wasn't fighting no elite fighters after elite fighters after elite fighters. Matter of fact, some of the in-between fights wouldn't even be televised. Now, of course, that's one of the problems that I have with this era, the inactivity, right? That's one of the problems that I have with this era, the inactivity. But if they was getting the same money that these guys was making today, They wouldn't just fight somebody untelevised, right? Back in the days, they would. The business model has changed in the sport of boxing, not the fighting spirit of fighters. Fighters are fighters. That's what they're groomed to do. They're molded. That's who they are. If a fighter really want to fight 5 or 8 times a year, they would. But the business does not allow them to fight 5 or 8 times a year. The money is not there for them to fight 5 or 8 times a year. You know what I'm saying? But also he said the fighter will fight closer to their walk around weight. We look, put it this way. What I was gonna say about that, about walk around weight, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Let's just take one for instance. But good looking now. Let's take one for instance. What was Roberto Duran's issue in the second fight with Sugar Ray Leonard? What was Roberto Duran's issue fighting Sugar Ray Leonard in the second fight? What was the issue, folks? Come on, man. Y'all know boxing. Come on now. Come on now. What was Duran's issue? What was Duran's issue? Come on. I know you saw the movie too, Mano de Piedra. What was his issue? Too much Scarface. Shakur's getting he was moving. Nah, it wasn't not too much. What was Duran's issue before fighting Sugar Ray Leonard the second time around? Where was Duran in between the didn't train? How much he weighed? So he was a walk around. He said himself that he was 50 pounds over. You think that these fighters in the past didn't party, didn't gain weight? Oh, man, come on, man. Now, if they didn't gain as much weight as today, it's because they didn't have enough time in their hands to actually lose. Because since they was fighting 5 or 8 times a year, then they didn't have time to balloon up because there was more. They were always prepared. See, back in the days, these fighters had a schedule. You're going to be fighting this. You're going to be fighting in March, and then you're going to be fighting in May, and then you're going to be fighting, in August, or they had schedule. Right now, these fighters don't know when they're going to fight. These fighters don't know. There's no schedule. The only one that really has a schedule is Canelo Alvarez. We know that Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting in May, and Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting in September. But nobody in boxing has a schedule. You know what I'm saying? That is the business. It's not really the fighter, but the business. Duran turned pro at 118 pounds and won a title all the way in 160 pounds. Yes. These guys back in the days was using drugs as well. These guys, I don't know if they was getting tested for PEDs. Let's be honest. Y'all. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, can you imagine back in the days if they had Twitter? They'd be acting like fighters of today as well. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine what Twitter will be? Just think about it. Twitter, the social media, the day when Roberto Duran said no mas. Can you imagine, bro? Can you imagine the traffic? Can you imagine all the boxing content creators? Yo, Roberto Duran quit. Can you imagine the flames? Can you imagine? Can you imagine Roberto Duran today? Or if we take this type of internet, social media back in the days, imagine how people will be treating Duran after he says no mas. Man, he would have got smoked. Smoked like nobody in this era ever got smoked on social media. Right? But all right. So today's fighters, they all get hated. Why? Why is Teo hated, Tang hated, Shakur hated, Haney hated? Why all of them is hated? Let me say it like this. The best way to also sell a fight in the sport of boxing, right, is the heel versus the baby face. Almost like wrestling, right? They got to be the good guy versus the bad guy, right? Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, it's not only that they was highly skillful, not that it was not the number 1 versus the number 2, arguably pound for pound. icon versus icon, pound for pound versus pound for pound. It was also the heel versus the baby face, the entertaining fighter versus the boring fighter, the hated fighter versus the celebrated fighter. That was also within the aura of the fight of the century in Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. The reason why these fights are not even is not as compelling or matchups as it was, is because you got the hated Haney versus the hated Ryan Garcia. You got the possible hated Shakur versus the hated Devin Haney. You got the hated Tang versus the hated you know what I'm saying, Teo. Even though they don't make money, but it's not over exaggerated, because we're looking at as an American toxic fan. We're like, oh, we hate both of them. We always waiting for the downfall, right? Always waiting for the downfall. Always waiting on the downfall. Charles Kessel in the building said that surely is a huge mental disadvantage for today's fighters. I know it is. It is. Some of them can't handle it, man. We already seen that Shakur Stevenson, man, he can't handle the criticism right now. He's going at everybody that calls him boring, even though that he knows that he's a underwhelming type of fighter. And it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. I think we frustrate ourselves as well. I think the boxing community frustrates themselves as well, because look, you can never duplicate any fighter. The special thing about Mike Tyson is because Mike Tyson was special. His attributes, his athleticism, his power, his movement, his you know what I'm saying, his story. Can you imagine if everybody was like Mike Tyson? Then Mike Tyson wouldn't be special. We need to have guys that are like Gervonta Tang Davis and Teo and Shakur and Haney and Ryan. They all different. Boxing always been like that. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. To me, it's irrelevant for us to be pocket watching fighters and just to shame the other fighter. Oh, yo, Tank sells, bro. Man, Teal doesn't sell shit, bro. What you mean? There's a 50, he got 70, 35. Yeah. In the end of the day, individually in this era, ain't nobody really a damn icon in and when it comes to pay-per-view buys. Ain't nobody no Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo Alvarez in his real prime when it comes to pay-per-view numbers. Ain't nobody that. It's only a few. Nobody ain't Mike Tyson. It's only a few. It's only very, very few. It's only like one guy per era. But you know what sells? You know what's lucrative? The matchup. It's irrelevant for you to pocket watch Shakur Stevenson or count the butts in the seats, because in the end of the day, if tomorrow they will announce that Gervonta Tang Davis is going to be fighting Shakur Stevenson, do you think that fight is going to sell out in less than a week? Yes or no? Tomorrow afternoon, they're going to announce Gervonta Tang Davis versus Shakur Stevenson for October. Is it going to sell out in less than a week? Yes or no? Right now, the energy of Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tang Davis. The matchup is what we should worry about. We're playing as boxing fans. We're playing this shame game. Shame him. Oh, he doesn't do this. So, nah, he shouldn't get this. Oh, Shakur Stevenson is boring, man. I don't want to see a fight with him, Gervonta Tang Davis. Why not? Teofimo Lopez didn't stop Steve Klages. You know what? Nah, he shouldn't get this fight. Nah. Devin Haney lost to Ryan Garcia. Nah, he shouldn't get this fight. Come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is the only time in boxing history, in my opinion, that the fans are keeping fights away. We're actually derailing fights. We're actually like snubbing fights. Just because we're fighting amongst each other about these fighters, instead of saying, you know what? Let these guys fight. No. Shakur was not exciting. He should not get a Gervonta Tang Davis fight. Shakur needs to be more exciting, and maybe then I would like to see a fight with him and Gervonta Tang Davis. We're bougie. We're so bougie now. Teofimo Lopez only saw what? He only have 3,500? Oh, he's beneath Gervonta Tang Davis. He shall not fight him. He's beneath him. He shall not fight him. Devin Haney lost to an unprofessional lunatic. I think he's done. He's over. we man bougie. We man bougie now with American fighters. And the UFC is a whole different type of culture. Huh? In the UK, is a whole different type of culture. Derek Chisora could lose 50, 100 times and people still would cheer for Derek Chisora. And you go, and you know what? They hold them so high that Derek Chisora still gets the big bucks. Because you know why? Because they support the effort of Derek Chisora. They support his fighting spirit. It's not about, when I always said it's not, everything is not about winning and losing, but it's how you win and how you lose. The fans, whether they like you or not, and fighters, listen to me, damn it. I know you got your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your baby mama, your wifey, listening to Punch Drunk Boxer right now. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they get you emotional. You heard what Punch Drunk Boxer said? Fuck you, motherfucker. Effort is one thing that you cannot fake the fans. The reason why the fans is mad at Shakur Stevenson, I understand why the people are mad at Shakur Stevenson, is because we see his skill set. We see his skill set. We see that his skill set is above the guy that he's actually fighting. And we feel like, damn, with that skill set, you should turn it up. You should finish your breakfast. You should. You should. With that skill set and that other guy's skill set, he should not be competing with you. Then he should not be in that ring with you for 12 rounds. I understand that. But you know what frustrates us? Is that when we're looking at Shakur Stevenson, when thinking about Tang Davis. And if you're always going to go comparing, you're always going to be frustrated. You're looking to not give Shakur Stevenson credit. That's what you're looking. You're looking to actually hate on. You're looking for the worst of Shakur Stevenson so you could go back into your social media platforms and then talk shit. And you know what's funny? If you fell asleep during the Shakur Stevenson fight, then how do you know how bad or how good did he do? I mean, you fell asleep, right? Fighters need to be themselves, improve on themselves. Facts. Lack of killer instinct. But not everybody has that. Not everybody has the attributes to be a killer. To be a killer. Not everybody is a killer. You feel me, Coda? Not every fighter is a killer. Not every fighter is a killer. You know what I'm saying? Not every fighter is. It's like I said the other day in my video. Guess what? They doing the same thing. Look, they doing the same thing with Shakur versus Tang, the same type of energy that we gave Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Pacquiao looks sensational. Pacquiao knocking everybody out. Pacquiao's the most exciting fighter. Pacquiao, oh my God, his accumulation of punches. Pacquiao, the 8th Division World Champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time World Champion, the ambassador, the son of the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GOAT, Manny Pacquiao. He's exciting. He's going to kick Mayweather behind. He's exciting. He got power. Floyd Mayweather's boring. Floyd Mayweather got no power. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Easy, boring victory for Mayweather. But look what we're doing right now to Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tang Davis. Shakur is boring. Shakur is boring. Tank is dynamic. Tank knocks everybody out. Tank is this. Tank is fast. Tank is powerful. Tank is box office. Tank is exciting. Oh my God. And Shakur, oh my God, he's boring. He got no power. We're doing the same thing. Will the outcome be the same if Shakur Stevenson fights Gervonta Tang Davis? That he will bring that type of boring style, but guess what? That boring style actually is a winning style. You don't think it's possible? You don't think it's possible for Shakur Stevenson to outpoint Gervonta Tang Davis? Hey, I'm gonna say it like this: Shakira, the Twitterson. I mean, he's more active and actually more exciting on Twitter. If Shakur Stevenson was that much boring, why all the promoters have said that they would like to sign Shakur Stevenson? Oscar De La Hoya is looking to sign Shakur Stevenson. Eddie Hearn is looking to to sign Shakur Stevenson. Top Rank is still not out of the question because Top Rank actually gave him a deal on the table. Mayweather Promotion is looking for Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is the hottest free agent right now in the sport of boxing. So is really boring hindering Shakur Stevenson, yes or no? Is his boredom hindering him? Because he's like Jesus Shuttlesworth right now when it comes to free agent. He's like, Jesus. Lincoln, Lincoln, roll call. My name is Shakur. Hey, I am the man. Hey, what's up with these questions? Hey, about my plans. Roll call. Lincoln, Lincoln, roll call. Huh? He's the hottest free agent right now. Do you think the promotional company is looking at him when he's boring, man? I don't want to sign him. He's boring. I don't want to sign him. He's boring. I don't want to sign him. That's not the way it's going right now. Or do you think Kerr is so soft and will get ran through? Oh, was the first question. Let me see. Okay, I got you. Okay, so do you think Shakur versus Tank will play out like Lara versus Canelo? I actually think it will play out. Let me think how I think it will really truly play out. It could play out like that, but I do think that Tank could hurt Shakur and Shakur would have to overcome. Shakur would have to overcome. I do think that Shakur Stevenson is smart enough to survive. He has the skill. If Gervonta Tang Davis is special in power, Shakur Stevenson is special in defense. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Shakur Stevenson is special on the defensive end. I seen enough boxing. This guy's twitch muscle, his reflexes, the way he blocks shots, body shots, the way they you can't catch him flush, bro. You cannot catch. And look, it's not like Shakur Stevenson hasn't fought elite fighters. He did fight Oscar Valdez. He did fight Jamel Herring. These guys aren't just like fighters, like whack fighters. This guy's not getting hit flush. His defense is special, just as much as Gervonta Tang Davis. Freakish power is special. Shakur Stevenson defense and reflex is special. Will defense be enough? But also, Gervonta Tang Davis is one of the most accurate power punchers in the sport of boxing. I think Copy Boxing got him as number one. So you're looking at the most accurate power puncher versus the best, arguably the best defense. And maybe he don't got the best defense. It's because that's the only thing that he's showing that looks special. Gervonta Tang Davis doesn't throw enough punches to overwhelm Shakur Stevenson with output. He could overwhelm him with accurate counter punching, right? If he tags him. Punch, you were watching Shakur and stream was coming out your ears. Like, I know, joke. I know. I wasn't happy about. You know what it is? I frustrate myself, Joker the same way. I frustrate because I'm looking at his performance, but I want people to value what he brings out. I want him to be at least a little bit more exciting so we, the boxing fan, could really support a potential Shakur versus Tank of this era. I liked Shakur versus Loma. That fight is good. But if Gervonta Tang Davis at this stage beats Lomachenko at the age of 36, and age is nothing but a number, because it has a great momentum. Lomachenko versus Tank has a better momentum now than any other fight because what they did in their last outing. But if Tank beats Loma, Devin already beat Loma, even though that was controversial, and Teofimo Lopez already beat Loma. What we supposed to do is give Gervonta Tang Davis some overly like, oh my God, Tank beat Loma. You think it's gonna be more special than when Tio beat Loma? No, not to me. Not to me. Now he could enhance it and stop Lomachenko, and then it'll be like, of course, then that would be different, right? Because he stopped Lomachenko. Lomachenko never been stopped, never been close to being stopped. Right? So that would be, it's still a win. Yes, it's still a win. But if he stop him, then okay, then yo. But at the end of the day, that will be just his fourth loss. Tall going stop. Tang going stop Loma. If he stopped Loma, if Gervonta Tank Davis stopped Loma, would anybody be surprised? And man, matter of fact, if he would have fought Loma when Teo fought him, because Teo actually took care of Gervonta Tank Davis' dirty work at 135. But if Tank would have fought Loma, around that time and would be the first one to stop Loma, then I think that his praise would be justifiable. Gervonta Tank Davis is as much, I like Gervonta Tank Davis. I like his skills and talent. I do believe that Gervonta Tank Davis got special attributes. But I can't keep on saying that he's special and he's not doing special things in the sport of boxing. I can't. I want to. I've always said it, and I'm going to still say it, that I feel like when the smoke clears, it's going to be Tang versus Teo. I always say, I said it to Teo. I said it to, what's the legacy fight? I think Tang versus Teo. I think that matchup, the speed, power, athleticism, I think, and I think that the difference between Shakur, Devin Haney fighting Tank and Teo fighting Tank is that Teo has the ability to box and fight. He will fight Tank. If he needs to fight Tank, he will fight Tank. He will do, hey, if you push comes to shove, just like we seen Teo versus Josh Taylor. What? Man, we fighting. Forget about this boxing stuff, bro. We fighting now. He has the ability to go out there and fight. We seen Teo like that. See, Shakur and Devin can't. The last time we saw Devin Haney try acting like a killer, we know what happened to him. We know what happened to him. That's not his forte. And then you match it with the speed and power, athleticism, and experience. I think he has I think he has the tools. But a fight with Shakur is still good. Tang beating Shakur, in my opinion, at this stage is more respectable than Tang beating Loma. And if Tang's best fight is Loma, then that's how far behind Gervonta Tank Davis is when it comes to legacy. And I said it on my video that I did yesterday. Gervonta Tank, if you want to talk about Shakur Stevenson's boring, I'm going to tell you like this. In my opinion, Gervonta Tank Davis' legacy is just as boring as Shakur Stevenson in the ring. If y'all want to talk about boredom, his legacy is boring to me. If I read his legacy and I'm like, all right, let me see. And you know what's funny? I did a video yesterday and nobody want to answer two questions. I said, what is the best win for Gervonta Tank Davis? What's his defining win thus far that makes him great, that got you on the pound for pound list? Oh my God, he is the guy. What's Gervonta Tank Davis' best win? I'm going to say it on live. What's his best win? Wow. I know Bam Rodriguez's best win was Estrada. I know that Teal win was Loma and Josh Taylor. I know that Devin Haney, probably George Cambosa, Regis Forwards. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, but they took it away, right? Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez, after Oscar Valdez beat Miguel Burchell, who was the boogeyman at the 130-pound division. Mario Barrios, Mastermind said Mario, the best win. Yo, he beat Mario Barrios. Okay. That's the best one. All right. Okay. Mario. Pitbull Cruz, when it was the Pitbull Cruz, you got to remember the Pitbull Cruz fight was a last-minute replacement one. That was a last-minute replacement, Pitbull Cruz. That wasn't even supposed to be. That wasn't supposed to be a fight. It was supposed to be Gervonta Tank Davis versus Rowley, but Rowley was going through that sexual harassment claim or imaginary charge. Gasso said a new rare earth material was created that night. Haney bricks, same structure, just real lightweight. Hey man, all I gotta say about Devin Haney, Devin, go get your Look, there's chicks out there that's getting lipo surgery, titty surgery, booty surgery. You know what I'm saying? There's dudes out there that's getting their hair done. You know, the hair or whatever they're getting their pubic, their bolas hair and putting on top like Flo Mayweather and stuff like that. All we need for you to do, Devin Haney, is get knuckle implants. Knuckle implants, rehab it, go back to the drawing board and become a new you. Right? Become a new you. I think that's what I think that's what Devin Haney should do, to be honest. Get some knuckle implants and you know what I'm saying, just follow it up with, and you know, that's what I think. Because he's gonna be moving up and it's gonna get worse. It's either the Devin Haney finds a good diet, how you call it, dietitianist, something like that. Diet something, somebody that can help you out, because he's talking about 147. I mean, I think a Mario Barrios fight is good with Devin Haney. I think, you know, because Mario Barrios not known for also this knockout artist, but I think it'll be a good fight. He said Wolverine, bro. All right, so Pitbull is top 3 tomato cans gone wrong all the time. So Pitbull is T.O.'s biggest fight at 140 if Tank don't move up. Low nose boxing. So what's the biggest win for Tank? Why is Tank put on the pound for pound list above other guys? Like they got Tank above the guys like T.O. and Shakur, Haney. You know what I'm saying? They got him above these guys. These guys had to do a bunch of work. But Gervonta Tank Davis' best win is Mario Barrios. That's what that Mario Barrios. Pitbull Cruz' best win was Rolly Romero after Borrasso was putting hands on Rolly, and everybody saw the corrupted when Borrasso was actually knocked down, hurt Rolly. Borrasso. So Pitbull Cruz's best win was Rolly, and the fight before that, he arguably lost. Arguably, it was a split decision, right? We saw what Cepeda did to his previous opponent. So Tank is all of this praise, and I'm not saying I'm gonna praise his skills and talent. But when it comes to legacy, in my opinion, Gervonta Tank Davis like number 4. I think that T.O., Haney, and Shakur got a better legacy right now than Gervonta Tank Davis. Barrios is the best win because Barrios beat guys. So, and that's another thing. Are we giving credit? Like, when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm hearing a lot, and I've said this before. Gervonta Tank Davis' resume is aging well. Yeah, but you know what? He didn't beat Mario Barrios when Mario Barrios beat Ugas. He didn't beat Ryan Garcia when Ryan Garcia beat Devin. Now, can you imagine if Ryan Garcia would have never fought Tank and Ryan beats Devin Haney, and then we're looking at Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia, and then Gervonta Tank Davis does to Ryan Garcia what he did when they fought. Then we're talking. Then you get the credit like that. You know what I'm saying? Then you get the credit. But then look, there's abstract to his wins as well. Mario Barrios was in a rehydration clause, and Ryan Garcia was in a catchweight and a rehydration clause. So ain't nothing was straight up fair and square. You know, in my opinion, it was just 135 versus 135, 140 versus 140. You know what I'm saying? I could also feel that when with Gervonta Tank Davis, look at the difference between the post-fight interview with Pitbull Cruz. After the Pitbull Cruz, do you want to rematch with Pitbull Cruz? Hell no. Why? Because he pushed it to the limit. Ryan was good fight, but Rolly is a dookie. Punch, mama mentality in the building. What's good? Mamba in the building. Facts, but for me, Tank is actually very small. He is. I saw him in person, my brother. Hey, yo, Tank is tiny, bro. Pause. He is a small. He is tiny, bro. I understand why he does have the rehab. When I saw him in person, I said, okay, I understand. That's when I saw him in person, I said, all right. I said, okay. Damn. His guy's short. I don't even think that he's 5'6". They got him listed as 5'6". For him, to me, he ain't no 5'6". He's like 4'6". Nah, and then skinny too. Like, you know, when you short and skinny. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I understand. I also understand what Canelo Alvarez does it as well. Canelo Alvarez is a small dude, pause. You know what I'm saying? Talking about pause, right? My Harlem brothers, Cameron Mace going at it with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson catching waves. What's good? What's good? Rap star boxing out as the voice of the UK. London, bro. What's good, rap star? The voice of the UK. North London, South London. Liverpool. Manchester. But forget about the height, right? Manny Pacquiao was small. Pause. But he was the 8th division world champion. His power carried, right? I just don't like when his team is like, stop mentioning these fights. Tank is at 135. That's it. He's at 135. They're trying to emphasize 100 man, shut the hell up, man. He got the freakish power. You trying to say that he could, that in sparring he be beating up middleweights? He already went to the 140-pound division and knocked out Mario Barrios. So that's it. I'll look at Gervonta Tang Davis that if he got special attributes and got a freak of nature power, that he should be in the 140-pound division as well. He should. He should campaign at 140 as well. Why not? Now they're giving me he's short. Es porque eres pequeño, está chiquito, tú sabes. Ay, my goodness, he's so little. You have to give him a break. Nah, he got freakish power. It don't matter. Everybody got to put in some work. So they could be called great. So they could be called pound for pound. Gervonta Tang Davis get you a Mario Barrios, a Pedraza, a Pitbull Cruz, a Frank Martin, and a Rowley. He's great. He's great. But anyway, why all these fighters are hated, though? Who is the poster boy of American boxing, y'all? Who's the poster boy? Who is the poster boy? Who is loved by most? Who is loved by most? Sure ain't Tio, right? Sure ain't Haney. It sure ain't Ryan. Sure ain't Tang. I mean, Tang, he flips the bill. Tang does have a great niche following, but in the sport of boxing, he still gets hated, right? Why, with all this talent, why we hate so much all these fighters? Who is the baby face? Like in terms, like in wrestling, who's the heel baby face? If Tank is fighting Shakur, who's the hated and who's the celebrated? I think that's another reason why it's hard for boxing to capture the imagination, the emotions of the casuals as well. Because we're the hardcore boxing fans, we hate on every fighter. If you're a hardcore boxing fan, right? Your friends in the block or in school or in your work, you're the boxing head. It's only one boxing head per group, right? It's only one boxing head per group. So you bet your friends be asking y'all, yo, what you think about Ryan Garcia? Because they ask you because you're the only boxing guy in the family or in the crew. That's what my people say. Hey, yo, Punch, they hit me up. Even friends that haven't hit me up since high school. Hey, yo, Punch, Crazy Eddie, yo, what you think about Ryan? What you think about this guy, Tank? Matter of fact, they didn't even know Tank's name. They used to be like, yo, what you think about Floyd Mayweather's fighter? He's good? You think he's good? And I got to explain to them because they're not following the sport of boxing, right? Yo, what you think about this guy, Tio? Is he good? What do you think about Shakur? I heard Shakur, man. I heard Cameron was going after Shakur. You see Shakur? Nah, I ain't see Shakur, but the motherfucker's boring. Did you see the fight? Nah, but he boring. All these fighters are hated. Is that the nature? Is it the fighters' fault or is it us? Is it the American boxing culture that we're just toxic? We just hate on all the fighters. We're looking for downfalls. That's it. We're looking to count your pay-per-view. We want to count your seats. We expose that. Like, like I watch other sports. I never got into an argument or a debate about the Yankees sells more than you. It's us, the American way. Man on Fire TV. Why the American way? But why though? Why? Why is the American way? What is it to hate on these guys? To be honest, what is it? Like, all right, I understand hating one, not liking two, but we hate them all. It's generational. But what is it? Is it hate in our blood? What is it? Why we hate on everybody? Like, how can you hate a 3-division world champion? Like, I understand you don't have to like his style because everybody got a different style. How can you hate what Teo has accomplished by the age of 25 years old? What can you hate what Devin Haney has accomplished 25 years old? What can you hate about the fathers that has put them in position to molded them as fighters as they was young kids and stuff like that, and look how they become, and look at the collaboration of father and son. Why we hate? He said cherry pickers. But that's the history of the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Not every fight was the best fighting the best. So what is nothing different in terms of fight. What is it? What is it? Like, why we hate so? Why we're waiting for downfalls? To be honest, look, I want to see these matchups. I want to see Haney versus Teo versus Ryan, Teo versus Tang versus Shakur, Tang versus Haney, Shakur versus Ryan. I want to see all that mixed match. I want to see that. I do want to see that. So to be honest, if you want to see that, right, at the highest level, you wouldn't want a Tang to lose until he fights, you know what I'm saying, the Teos, the Haneys, the Shakurs, right? I wouldn't want them to lose as well until they fight each other. That would be, you know, the more I don't get the hate though. Rapstar Boxing Knowledge said, look, boxers are human like us. They have ups and downs at times. That's life, Punch. Facts. But we want them to be perfect. We want them to be perfect. Good options on the poll, but a true fight fan never hates on fighters, only a troll. So there's a lot of trolls, Caesar. There's a lot of trolls. I think then we're 80% trolls in boxing. But their lives on the line for honor and to entertain. I've been saying that I've been saying that's one of my slogans. To preserve the sport of boxing, to preserve the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, the one they put their life on the line for pure entertainment. That's been one of my slogans. But the people don't care. The people don't care. They want to see the downfall of Tang. They want to see the downfall of Teo. They want to see the downfall of Haney. They want to see the downfall of Ryan. They want to see the downfall of Shakur. It don't matter if they pitch a shutout and go a whole 12. No. Doesn't matter if everybody, 90% of the boxing world was shaming Shakur Stevenson because he ran. This time he didn't ran. As a matter of fact, this time he was actually going out there wanting to knock out his opponent. No. Sometimes we call fighters delusional, but the boxing fan is bipolar, bro. You know, the boxing world called this man a runner. The next fight, he ain't running. And we still got a major problem with Shakur Stevenson. Come on, y'all. Let's be real. Let's be honest, bro. And I'm putting myself on the mix as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this is not directly a direct shot at y'all. This is that direct shot of us as a community. We smoked Shakur Stevenson for running. Next fight, he didn't run at all. Not one bit. Not one single spot in that fight he ran. And we criticize him worse this time. Right or wrong? Come on now. Right or wrong? We criticize Shakur Stevenson this time around worse than Edo de los Santos. His name is ringing bells way more. His criticism is at the highest level for him. Why? First he ran, he didn't run. Now what? That he didn't knock out the guy like Gervonta Tang Davis? Do you want Shakur to be like Tank? Because then if we have two Tanks, then Tank wouldn't be special. If you want all these guys to be Tank, then Tank wouldn't be special in your eyes. I sure don't want everybody to be like Shakur. That's why I fight with Shakur versus Devin Haney. He's like, oh, Shakur might need knuckle implants. He might need knuckle implants as well. Shakur said that he was like that. So we're going by his word. Okay, that's fair. Because in the end of the day, you buy into what they're promoting, right? Right? If Starbucks is promoting that they got the best coffee in the world, and then all they give you was Pepsi, they heated up Pepsi in the microwave and gave it to you. I said, here, this is the best coffee in the world. You know what I'm saying? I understand that people get frustrated because Shakur Stevenson didn't cash the check that he wrote in terms of promotion. Right? Yet at the end of the day, you're frustrated because you want him to perform like Tank. You want the outcome to be like Tank. And I'm going to tell you like this, even if he's hating, if Shakur Stevenson would have stopped Artem, y'all would have said, but he's Artem. If Teo would have stopped Steve Claggett, y'all would have been like, who was Steve Claggett anyway? Y'all know y'all would. We know we would. Come on, right? I mean, I was critical of Teofimo Lopez going the whole 12 rounds with Steve Claggett because I believe that Teofimo Lopez was hitting everything in the kitchen sink and he was backing up. And I'm like, nah, come on, Teofimo Lopez, you don't even got a backup from this guy. You know what I'm saying? Just take him out. Stop playing with your food. I just ain't like that he was playing with his food because I feel like I wanted him to make a statement because I wanted the world to really get behind his call out and his quest to be great. So it was frustrating. Come on, Teo, do this. Come on, Teo, man. Let the whole world know you to take over. Goddamn. Teo, the best of this era, of this young generation. Punch. Wally Moses is a yes man. Nah, Wally Moses is not a yes man. He was giving him instructions. You can't be a yes. Now he's his granddad, and he was giving him some instructions, and he was pressuring Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson just didn't want to listen. Teo did beat the piss out of Claggett. He did, Snowbird, right? But we wanted a statement. We wanted a statement. But also then, I mean, yeah, the good thing about, let's say, Gervonta Tang Davis is that if he's fighting guys that we think that is levels below him, he's taking them out. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's doing what you're supposed to do when you're fighting guys that's not on your level. That's not on your level. You know what I'm saying? We understand that. That never step inside that type of platform, never step inside those bright lights, never had no media week like that. They should be way out of their element, in the ring and out the ring. They should not last no 12 rounds, right? We understand that. We always want a statement. To be honest, I always want a statement if it's a showcase fight. If it's a showcase fight, is the reason why they're giving you a showcase fight. It's for you to look good for the network, for them to build for the next. Right? That's what you need to do. That's why there's a showcase fight, to show up, show out. Make it a show. But if it's the best fight and the best, I don't expect that type of statement, right? If Shakur Stevenson, how about this? If let's say that was if Artem was Gervonta Tang Davis, let's say this. If Artem was Gervonta Tang Davis, and Gervonta Tang Davis is throwing all those power punches and is not landing, and Shakur Stevenson is just outboxing, pot shotting Tank, I think everybody will give Shakur Stevenson the praise, right? If Shakur Stevenson fight the same way, and let's say Artem is Tank, everybody will be, yo, masterclass. Wow. Am I right or wrong? If Shakur does to Tank what he did to Artem, will that be a masterclass? Beautiful. Man, I think that this, you know what they'll start saying? Shakur Stevenson will probably beat Pretty Boy Floyd. Shakur Stevenson will beat them all. In the history, who would touch this guy? But because he did that to Artem, is not respected. But if he would do it to Tank, oh my God, that same performance you call boring, you wouldn't call it boring. That same shit that you call boring, you would not call it boring. You will be like, oh my God, you saw how much he made Gervonta Tang Davis miss? Yo, he's untouchable. He probably got the best defense ever since Pernell Whitaker. He got the best defense ever. They'll be praising it. That same boring performance, they'll be praising Shakur Stevenson. Am I right or wrong? So is it a boring performance because it was versus the guy that he was not supposed to be, that we feel is not supposed to go 12 with him? Best fight in the best, I don't expect that type of statement. That's why when Terrence Bud Crawford beat Earl the True Spence, ain't nobody predicted. Let's be real. No boxing head predicted that Bud Crawford was going to beat Earl Spence from pillar to post the way that he did. No. I felt that Bud Crawford was going to beat Earl Spence, but I ain't predict that he was going to beat him like that. As a matter of fact, I even said jokingly. I said jokingly, but I didn't believe it in my heart. I said in one of the videos, I said that Bud Crawford is going to beat him worse than the car accident. I said that. But that was more like because I was just trying to get, I was trolling another person that was trolling me. So, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to hurt his feelings. So I said, you know what? Bud Crawford's going to beat the ish out of Earl Spence. It's going to be worse than the car accident. Watch. It did happen almost like that. But it was still a 50-50 fight. But in all reality, the best fight and the best like that, it's really not supposed to be. As a matter of fact, the best fight and the best is like Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. Those are the outcome. I predicted on the ring walk. I predicted on the ring walk that long shot, that long shot by the turnbuckle. I said right then, oh, he getting stopped. I don't know. He did look high though too. Earl Spence looked high. But what we was talking about Earl Spence is durable. I said that Earl Spence has the motor like Chocolatito, one of the best motor in the sport of boxing. He throws a lot of punches. He's tough. He's fighting on the inside and stuff like that. Earl Spence was durable fighter. I did not see Bud Crawford beating Earl Spence like that. I seen Bud Crawford outboxing him. I seen Bud Crawford winning 116, 112, 115, 113. But to beat him like that, turning the big fish into tuna fish out now on your local supermarket like that, I was like, whoa. That's the reason why people even think that Bud Crawford can actually compete with Canelo Alvarez and move 3 divisions up. We never thought about that fight. We never thought about no Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford, but because of that awesome performance versus another pound-for-pound fighter in his prime, we're like, oh my God. I think that Bud could go up there 3 divisions and be Canelo. Whoa. I'm going to tell you like this. Vegetable oil or water. I say like this. Bud Crawford will have to keep that same momentum. Because if just an inch, pause, if his performance is not as dynamic as the one before he had with Earl Spence, that talk about, you know what everybody gonna be watching in a couple of weeks? They're gonna be like this with Bud Crawford. Let's see if you really could compete with Canelo Alvarez. Any little thing, any little touch, if there's a couple of punches that land flush on Terrence Bud Crawford, because we're the hardcore American boxing fan and we look at everything that, hey, we're gonna be like, shit, imagine if it was Canelo. If it was Canelo, he would have knocked out Bud right there. If Bud Crawford has that moment that he had with the Mean Machine, forget it. People will be like, nah, Bud can't fight Canelo. That's what everybody gonna be looking at. Everybody already saying that Bud Crawford's gonna be Madrimov. Facts, Queso. Facts. If Madrimov rocks, we gonna be like, no way he beats Canelo. Facts. Bud Crawford would have to be perfect in a couple of weeks. He has to be perfecto. If you thought that performance of Earl Spence was perfect, this performance has to be way more perfect. No, not easy. Should not get chin checked, because the first punch that lands flush, everybody gonna be like, if Canelo Alvarez land that punch, that's it. And that's why I tell people, don't be a slave to the moment. Don't be a slave to that moment with Bud Crawford or Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? The weird part about that fight, as a matter of fact, I was looking at that fight the other day. Not more than a week ago, I was looking at that fight again. Because I usually watch fights without the volume, right? So I wanted to watch the fight now and see what the guys were saying during commentating. But then when I was looking at Bud Crawford, I said, damn, Bud Crawford should not be looking bigger than the Earl Spence. That was the weird part, right? That was the weird part, to be honest. How Terrence Crawford was looking bigger than that Earl Spence. Like Earl Spence, like the little guy there. Like Earl Spence looked 10 pounds lighter than Bud Crawford the night of the fight. Snap! Victor Conte! But it was kind of weird, though. It was kind of weird. It was. Come on, let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest. But they look bigger than Earl Spence, bro. Think about Earl. Look at the press conference in New York City, and look at Bud and look at Earl, and then look at them in the night of the fight. He said the clear. He said the Conte is special. Nah, that snack, that's not over the counter snack. That wasn't the over the counter snack. That was the snack that was that rich snack. You feel me? It's like Coke, right? You get that Colombian puree cocaine, 100%. But ain't no 100% puree no more. You can't get that puree anymore. You can't get that 1983 cat crack. Cocaine. You can't get that nowhere. Huh? Right? You can't get that nowhere. You get your little 60%, 70%. Ain't no such thing as puree no more. Shit ain't cutting your nose up and shit like that. Punch, how you know about that? I got friends. Right? I got friends that like the Coke. Sometimes I only like chilling with my friends when they're on Coke anyway. Right? You chill with some of your friends, they like fun when they're high or drunk. Not drunk, like nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm going out, you know what I'm saying? I my friends, I said friends. All right? I don't do nothing of that nature. Never. You could test me on that. But my friends, some of them se dan su patá, ¿verdad? Se dan su patá. You know what I'm saying? And they're actually more fun to be around when they're, when they're in their element. When they're not in their element, they're so serious. And I'm not a serious person. You feel me? I'm like, when I go out, I'm joking around. I'm joking around. I'm loud. I'm kind of wild and shit like that. I channel myself, but I'm hype. You know what I'm saying? So I think to match my hype, they need to be unsober. This is me naturally. To be honest, look, even when I drink, I get down. Like, I'm the hypest when I don't drink, to be honest. Drink actually just downs me. It's almost like a downer, to be honest. Like, it's an up or downer, right? Rise Osterin proved that snack ain't ish. Right? We got to get that Osterin. We got to get that Osterin. Saca la caca. Saca el bolsillo. Mis amigos Miss Veri. Yo, Julio from Power. But yeah, that snack was the puree. That was the Victor Conte, Pablo Escobar snack. Not the over-the-counter snack. Not the synthetic one. But anyway, who is the American poster boy? Like how was like when Sugar Ray Leonard was the American poster boy, right? Like Oscar de la Hoya was celebrated around the world. Sugar Ray Leonard celebrated around the world. Who is the American fighter that is celebrated around the world? Who is the American fighter that we could be like, you know what? He's going to get an endorsement by Wheaties, Gatorade, Pizza Hut, on all commercials. Who's that guy? Who's that guy, ladies and gentlemen? Who's that American fighter that America wraps their arm around and wants to show him for the world? This is our fighter. Like Sugar Ray Leonard, like Oscar de la Hoya. Who's that today? Because I believe that all of them is hated. All of them. Kid Austin, the future. Is that is Kid Austin the American? That's what you're trying to rap star today. That's the American poster boy of boxing. Nah, we can't say that. Not Kid Austin, not yet, man. He's not close yet to that. You got to put in that work. He could be. He got the attributes. He could. But right now, Jake Paul. So Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford is the poster boy. But I'm talking about this young generation. Bud Crawford is in his way out. Bud Crawford just got the biggest win of his career at the age of 35, 36 years old. Like, he's on his way out. And to be honest, I'm not hearing anybody really talk about this Bud Crawford and Majramon fight like that. I need your answer to your question. Then, who is that guy? Abdullah Mason is the poster boy right now. Right now, he's the poster boy. He's the guy that in England or in Australia, in Tokyo, they saying that Abdullah Mason is the one that is the poster boy of American boxing. Nah, it's not. It's not. Who is it? Oh, okay. How about this? Let's Boots. Is Boots is the American? Come on, not Boots, man. I like the Bam is the most respected. I think so right now. Yes, Joker Wild. I agree right now. Bam Rodriguez is the most respected. I haven't heard nobody say anything negative about Bam Rodriguez. I have not heard any negative when it comes to Bam Rodriguez. But the only thing is, his weight class doesn't get respect. Not even by the hardcore boxing like that, collectively. I think Bam Rodriguez is respected, but I don't think that the weight class is respected like that. I don't even think it's respected. And I don't even think people pay too much attention. Think about it. When Canelo Alvarez got the franchise, everybody was knocking Canelo Alvarez. When Vasily Lomachenko and then, the franchise, everybody didn't like it. But y'all remember, y'all forgot that Juan Francisco Estrada was elevated as a franchise as well. Y'all forgot? and Chocolatito versus Juan Francisco Estrada was going to be for the WBC, for the WBC franchise title, but nobody cared. Nobody cared about the WBC, the Juan Francisco Estrada franchise. Nobody talked about it in this community because nobody cared about those divisions. So yes, Bam Rodriguez the most respected, but his divisions is the most devalued. Right? Like I'll give you an example. Remember, I don't think I was the only one that was talking about it. I was saying that nobody really cares about the franchise. You just want to discredit Canelo and Tio and stuff like that because look, why? Look, Juan Francisco had the franchise. WBC press confirmed Estrada will lose franchise designation if Franco's WBA title fight moves forward. Juan Francisco Estrada was the franchise champion. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody even knew. I was the one that was doing videos about it. I'd be like, y'all don't give a damn about the franchise. Y'all just using it to shame the TOs and the Lomas and the Canelos. Juan Francisco Estrada was elevated as a franchise, and nobody cared. It was not even a story. You did not devalue Juan Francisco Estrada for the franchise. You didn't. Nobody did. Because we understand that he won and he was a WBC champion. And I think they gave Rungvisai the WBC. They elevated Rungvisai. Look, the WBC created the franchise title in name only in 2019 with the original intention to allow its most distinguished champions to pursue the biggest fights, free from mandatory title defenses restrictions. Saul Alvarez was the first recipient at the middleweight, followed by Vasily Lomachenko at lightweight. Estrada claimed the WBC and Lineal Junior Bantamweight Championship in April 2019 win over Rungvisai, avenging a narrow defeat of February 2018. Just three defenses had followed in a reign crippled by injuries, illness, and the pandemic. Following the repeat win over Gonzalez, Estrada was on the hook for the mandatory title defense versus Rungvisai. Through the co-promoter Matchroom Boxing, Estrada instead petitioned the WBC franchise title status, which would allow for a more in-demand rubber match with Gonzalez with the thigh southpaw. The WBC agreed, declaring its junior bantamweight title vacant, and since claimed Jesse Bam Rodriguez in a 12-round unanimous decision win over Carlos Cuadras this past February. Did anybody had a problem for the franchise be on the line versus Estrada and Chocolatito? No, because we wanted to see that fight. We wanted to see that fight. We wanted to see the rematch, that the trilogy of Gonzalez versus Estrada. Right? Give me 1 second. Let's give the facts. Let's give the facts. Let's give the facts. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see something right quick. I will also say David Benavidez is highly regarded. David Benavidez the poster boy of American boxing? I don't know if he could be the poster boy of American boxing when his name is the Mexican Monster. See, the Mexican is already attached. That's his nickname. You know what I'm saying? Even though that he was born here, but see, they pushing him as the Mexican Monster. They're not calling him the American Monster, right? So it's hard for him to be the poster boy of America if it's the Mexican Monster. Didn't matter with Haney, so it doesn't with Bam. So how can we change the culture? These guys are the ones that's actually putting in work. Look, we love Virgil Ortiz. So Peter, so Mora, we like Virgil Ortiz. And I like Virgil Ortiz. I'm a big fan of Virgil Ortiz. So we're going to put Virgil Ortiz over Teo, Haney, Shakur, 3-division world champion Shakur, unify the titles at super featherweight. Teofimo Lopez, two-time lineal. He still can't beat Tang Davis. I mean, he got at least some straps. Why the most accomplished, the most hated fighters? What is that? What is that energy? What is that culture? Because let me tell you like this. You give the UK Teofimo Lopez, and Teofimo Lopez will be the biggest star in the UK. The biggest. Outside of Anthony Joshua because it's heavyweight or Tyson Fury, Teofimo Lopez will be the biggest and to be the most celebrated fighter in the UK. If he was straight from the UK, he would be. If Teofimo Lopez was Mexican, from Mexico, he'll be ringing bells just as much as Canelo Alvarez. And because he's entertaining and know how to talk, the Mexican people would love. As a matter of fact, the Mexican people would love the way that his father will be talking. Think about if Teofimo Lopez was Mexican, from Mexico. And even Teofimo Lopez Sr. talking the way that he talk. Because the Mexican loves that. They love that machismo. They like that machismo. That's why they was rocking with Fernando Vargas over Oscar de la Hoya. If you got them, they like that macho shit. But in America, he's hated. 5,000 seat venues, 35 seat venues. But then think about it. If these guys ain't selling like we shamed them, that's a reflection not on the fighter. That's a reflection on us. Shakur Stevenson, only 8,000. Devin Haney, 51K versus Regis Progress pay-per-view buys. These revenue or seats or gate that's deemed embarrassing. That's a reflection of the boxing fans. That's a reflection of us. That we talk shit all day, we don't support nothing. We rob their fights. We're the one that celebrate Fire Stick. We celebrate that. We actually promote you to rob fights. Boxing content creators promote to their fans not to buy fights. I ain't gonna buy that fight. There ain't no pay-per-view event. I ain't even gonna watch that fight. I ain't paying for it. I ain't gonna watch it. We sound like haters and we sound like broke haters. I ain't gonna watch. I ain't gonna pay for that shit. But then you spend a whole damn weeks of talking about that fight. Teo went from humble to arrogant with Loma win. Teo went from humble to arrogant with Loma win. Teo was the same before the Loma fight and after the Loma fight, walking the light. How did he get arrogant? He was calling out Vasily Lomachenko 2 years before. They was disrespecting Vasily Lomachenko to get the type of fight 2 years before. How did he become arrogant? So now that's another thing. Confidence become arrogant. What's good, Adrian? What's good? Come on, man. We can't. The fighters. We can't. The fighters is not as arrogant as the fans are. Yo, we make these guys as arrogant as well. We make them like this, and I'm not saying that we can't. They can't. You know what I'm saying? That they don't have accountability and responsibility for the way they talk and act and things of that nature. But let me tell you like this, man. We make them like this too, man. Look at Shakur Stevenson. Look how he's acting right now. But look at the overwhelming criticism. And at the end of the day, the man is human. And at the end of the day, se va a defender. Se va a defender. Because at the end of the day, this ain't basketball. This is boxing. As much as we might not like a performance or a style, they still out there risking their life, bro. So then when you go out there, you risk your life, you risk your health, you get all this hate. And the thing is, they won. At the end of the day, Shakur Stevenson won. In the end of the day, he won. And he won every round. To get that type of energy, hey, now, okay, boring. But boring doesn't mean that he's not good. Boring doesn't mean that he's not skillful. Look, I'm going to tell you like this. Rigondeaux was one of the most boringest fighters to me. I even did a video and I said he should not be televised. But I ain't never said that Rigondeaux was whack. I ain't never said that Rigondeaux was trash. I never said that Rigondeaux was not a pound-for-pound fighter. But for me, he was just dead boring. And I think that boredom does not help preserve the sport of boxing. Does not create interest in a sport in which they say that boxing is dying. I think right now, there is no room for the style or the attraction, the approach of Shakur Stevenson. I think that's where the energy in boxing is at right now. That right now, the sweet science of the hit and not get hit, people not respecting that. People don't give a damn about that. It's not going to overwhelm, justify anything. The more you say now today, the sweet science right now has, because I always said this, the sweet science was always meant to be exciting. But now the sweet science have a stigma now that the sweet science equals to boring. And it was not like that. It was that when Floyd Mayweather was regarded boring, when he switched his style, then they started saying the sweet signs. You don't understand the sweet signs. That's the sweet signs. Hit and not get hit. The sweet signs. So then the sweet signs has changed its definition or its aura to being boring. Saying the sweet signs today is another word for saying he was boring though. Hey, he was boring. Hey, that's the sweet science. But Willie Pep, in his day, was one of the most entertaining fighters, and he was one of the first ones that they was talking when journalists was writing about the sweet science. They attached the sweet science. He was the definition of the sweet science. But guess what? And he went one round without landing a punch. But that was exciting. People was mesmerized by it. And he was one of the most entertaining fighters of his time. The sweet science. Hagler, sweet science. Durang, sweet science. Leonard, sweet science. Muhammad Ali, sweet science. Every fighter that we had, that we love, every special fighter has their own definition of sweet science, their own style of the sweet science. How many elements there in science, right? A lot of elements. It's the same way with fighters. They all implementing their own style of their sweet science. But now we're attaching sweet science to boring. Now fans hate to hear the word sweet science now. Because sweet science is another word of boredom. Thriller in the building! Said Floyd Mayweather earned his stripes. How? Because he was Pretty Boy Floyd before he was Money Mayweather, and Pretty Boy Floyd was amazing. Exactly. These guys are skipping the Pretty Boy Floyd. I think that Haney and Shakur skipped the Pretty Boy Floyd. Floyd had a great reach, but some pop in the jab, even in the science version. Floyd Mayweather had everything, man. Floyd is a special fighter. Special fighter. And as a hardcore boxing fans, we also understand that this sport is highly taxing. So when somebody be like, "Hey, yo," when Floyd Mayweather knew, when he was trying to explain, and his father was trying to explain that his son got brittle hands, Floyd Mayweather was special enough to adjust and still be great. Floyd Mayweather is so good. Floyd Mayweather is so good that there's two Floyd Mayweathers, bro. That's how good Floyd Mayweather is. Floyd Mayweather is that great. And I know some of y'all don't like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, I don't give a damn if you hate him. Floyd Mayweather is that great that there's two Floyd Mayweathers. You could cut Floyd Mayweather's career in half, and he still got two Hall of Fame's career. If you want to say Money May got a Hall of Fame career, and Pretty Boy got a Hall of Fame career. That's how good Floyd Mayweather is. That you could cut his resume in half, and it's two careers, bro. Two careers. Let's cut him. Let's cut. Look, let's cut Floyd Mayweather's career in half, and let me tell you how special Floyd Mayweather is. And sometimes they got to retire for us to understand their greatness. And it's sad that in America it's always like that. Just like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was hated, and then when he retired, we love Muhammad Ali. Man, y'all was hating him when he was active. Look at this. Let's cut Floyd Mayweather's career in half. This is how great he is. This is how great he is. Okay, let's cut it in half with, y'all want to cut it in half after Oscar de la Hoya. Let's go after Oscar de la Hoya, because that was after Oscar de la Hoya is Money May, right? Okay. Emmanuel Augustus, Diego Corrales, legacy win. Luis Castillo, legacy win. Chop Chop Corley, legacy win. Arturo Gotti, the magnitude of the fight was a legacy performance. Zab Judah, legacy win and performance. And of course, Ronaldo Hernandez, right? So that's it. You got and then let's check the second half. Let's check Money May. And then Pretty Boy, Zab Judah, Oscar de la Hoya. Okay, now let's go to Money May. Ricky Hatton, Juan Manuel Marquez. And let's not forget, look back in history. When he beat Ricky Hatton, and look, almost 2-year layoff. And he fights the guy. If you go check the pound for pound around that time, I believe that Juan Miguel Marquez was the number 2 or the number 1 pound for pound when Floyd Mayweather was out. It was Manny Pacquiao and Marquez. Pound for pound, number 1 or 2. I know they had Marquez. I remember that time they had I remember they had Marquez pound for pound. He came back after almost 2-year layoff, and fought Juan Manuel Marquez. People forget about that win because it was so easy. Maybe Floyd Mayweather versus Juan Manuel Marquez. Maybe that will be the fight, like Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis. We never know. He beat Victor Ortiz in that little controversial stuff, but let's not forget that Victor Ortiz earned the right because he was a champion. Miguel Cotto, Ghost Guerrero, Saul Alvarez, Maidana, Manny Pacquiao. That's a whole nother right there, a whole nother legacy right there. And if we're talking about aging well, think about it. The best victory for Floyd Mayweather, the victory that aged well. When we're talking about, because we're talking about, right, even with Gervonta Tank Davis' resume, oh shit, that Mario Barrios, it aged well. The Canelo Alvarez victory aged the most for Floyd Mayweather. Every time Canelo Alvarez does good, it ages well like fine wine. That victory over Canelo Alvarez aged the best aged well fight for probably any fighter. It aged well. That's when you look, damn, Floyd was special. The more Canelo Alvarez is good, you be like, damn, Floyd was special, right? Look at this. Let me see. Pound for pound. That was 2019. I'm sorry, 2009. 2009. Let's go. 2009 pound for pound. 2009 boxing pound for pound rankings. All right. Here we go. Where we at? 2009. The Ring Magazine. Pound for pound. 2009. Oh no, but that was after Floyd Mayweather beat. I gotta find the one before they fought. before they fought. 2009, no, that's December. They fought in November. So we got to find the pound for pound 2009. There you go. Look at that. Look at the pound for pound. Look. This is when Mayweather was out. Look at the pound for pound right here. This was the May 2009. You got Manny Pacquiao, number 1. You got Juan Manuel Marquez, number 2. Bernard Hopkins, number 3. Shane Mosley, number 4. Diablo, mira este tigre. Vic Darrenchian. Miguel Cotto. Paul Williams, one of my favorite fighters. Let's go after Floyd Mayweather beat Juan Manuel Marquez. Even Ring they didn't take out Juan Manuel Marquez out the pound for pound rankings. There you go. Look, pound for pound. This was after Floyd Mayweather beat Juan Manuel Marquez. Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Shane Mosley, Bernard Hopkins, Juan Manuel, they just put him at number 5. He didn't go down after he lost. Nonito Donaire, Miguel Cotto, Caballero, Chad Dawson, Paul Williams. Canelo. That win right there also is an underrated win. A lot of people don't talk about too much about Floyd Mayweather beating Juan Francisco Estrada. That was pound for pound, another pound for pound versus pound for pound. We talk about a pound for pound a lot, but we never hear pound for pound fighters fighting another pound for pound fighter. Yeah, we got Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G. We got Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence. But what's another pound for pound versus pound for pound? Because even at the time, Lomachenko fighting Teo around at that time wasn't pound for pound. He said Floyd ducked a lot of fighters. Floyd what? Y'all gotta stop with that narrative, bro. That's one of the weakest narrative in boxing history, bro. That's the most capped narrative in boxing history. Floyd ducked a lot of fighters. That's the worst narrative in boxing history, in my opinion. That narrative is just as bad and just as a delusion. I'm not even saying a delusion because I think I say it to this day, man. If it wasn't for Customado Diamond, I think that nobody would be Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson will stay undefeated for the rest of his career. If it wasn't for Customado Diamond, I want to believe that. But looking at the resume of Floyd Mayweather, that Floyd Mayweather ducked, man, please. Stop. Floyd Mayweather had the heart to even fight young fighters like Canelo. Floyd Mayweather fought Victor Ortiz. That was another young fighter right there. That was another young fighter that didn't Victor Ortiz beat Berto before that to get that fight? When they was trying to move Berto into a Mayweather fight. Berto just kept dropping the ball. The difference is this. When you have power and you picking, at least Floyd Mayweather picked champions, though. I don't see no eardrum here. I don't see, let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest, because I know when I talk about Floyd Mayweather, a Canelo fan will be like, or Canelo, vice versa. If you talk about Canelo Alvarez cherry picking, but Floyd Mayweather did it. Let's see Floyd Mayweather's resume. Let's see if we see a eardrum. Let's see if we see a eardrum outside of Conor McGregor, but we already know what it was. We already know what it was. See if we find a eardrum. Andre Berto was his finale fight. Manny Pacquiao made Dana champion. Manny Pacquiao, 8 Division World Champion legend. Saul Alvarez legend. Robert Guerrero, what was he? A 3 Division World Champion, 2 Division World Champion. Also Miguel Cotto. Victor Ortiz. Look at Victor Ortiz before the Floyd Mayweather fight. Before the Floyd Mayweather fight, Victor Ortiz beat he lost to Marcos Maidana years before that, but he beat Nate Campbell. He beat a draw with Lamont Peterson. He beat Andre Berto. Andre Berto at the time was undefeated. And then he got the Floyd Mayweather fight. But that was supposed to be Andre Berto. Andre Berto was supposed to be the one. Look, they was moving Andre Berto to be the next. Remember, he was supposed to be the next guy. People, I think that we forget also the time. See, we only think about when Floyd Mayweather fought Berto, but that's a finale. After Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao, that's it. That's the cherry on top on his legacy. That's it. There's no mas. So the only thing you could do is just go back. We was talking about the next after that fight, there was 3 names that popped up. Keith Thurman, that still needed to prove himself, Kell Brook, and Danny Garcia. Those were the 3 names. Those were the 3 names that was mentioned after the Manny Pacquiao fight. That's it. It's nothing left for Mayweather to prove after beating Manny Pacquiao. Nothing left to prove. He said he see a few John Riders. There was no John Riders there. No John Riders there. Maidana was no John Ryder. John Ryder never been a champion. And the thing is, with why people got frustrated, is getting frustrated with Canelo Alvarez, is the availability of David Benavidez. And he's picking around David Benavidez. That's why people are getting mad at Canelo Alvarez. Because there's another fighter there that you're picking around. But even when Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather is not fighting, he's still fighting legacy. Look at this. Think about this. If people are saying that we've been waiting for Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao for 7 years. Remember, that was the narrative, right? We've been waiting for 7 years to get the fight. All right, let's go for let's go back just a little bit. Let's really debunk this narrative that we've been waiting for 7 years. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather fought 2015. So let's go by the 7 years that fight needed to take place. Dike. So within that year, within those 7 years, Floyd Mayweather just didn't sit back waiting on Manny Pacquiao. If it's 2015, then let's go with Marquez, Shane Mosley, Victor Ortiz, Miguel Cotto, Robert Guerrero, Saul Alvarez, Marcos Maidana, and Manny Pacquiao. This ain't no easy pickings. This ain't no easy resume. It's not easy. There's no John Ryder here. There's no Yeardrum here. Look at now, Adrian. Let's be honest. Who was more exciting to watch, Manny or Floyd? Manny. And Manny didn't wait around for Floyd Mayweather as well. See, Manny Pacquiao ain't waited around as well. Colt Hatton, Cotto, Joshua Clottey, Margarito, Shane Mosley, Marquez, Timothy Bradley, Marquez, Brandon Rios, Bradley, Chris Algieri, probably the Chris Algieri, but wasn't Chris Algieri a champion around that time? Oh no, Manny Pacquiao was. Sorry. The Chris Algieri fight was but Chris Algieri was undefeated anyway, right? But that's why there was a buildup. There was a great buildup, and these guys had to take risks within that buildup. It was not an easy route to the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. They took everybody out. Both of these guys. Manny Pacquiao was playing anything you can do, I can do better with Floyd Mayweather. So, you know what I'm saying? There was frustrations in the past, but these guys ain't sit around fighting easy fights. They're not doing what Gervonta Tank Davis is doing. You can't even compare it. The best KO by one man over Manny Pacquiao. I don't know if Floyd ducked anyone, but I do know he carefully cherry picked. Cherry pick to me is easy pickings. That's what cherry pick is. Easy picking. You just easy pick them. That easy pickings. Floyd Mayweather was not easy picking anybody. That's not cherry picking. Floyd Mayweather can't cherry. Is Floyd Mayweather fighting Miguel Cotto cherry picking? Is Floyd Mayweather fighting Marcos Maidana after Marcos Maidana beat Adrian Broner a cherry pick? Is Floyd Mayweather picking to fight Zab Judah after Zab Judah lost to Baldomir and he still was given, you think that was cherry? Victor Ortiz after Berto was not cherry. Ricky Hatton is not a cherry pick. Juan Manuel Marquez is not a cherry pick. We talking about they just inducted Ricky Hatton into the Hall of Fame. They Juan Francisco, right? I'm sorry, Juan Manuel Marquez, Hall of Fame. Manny Pacquiao, Hall of Fame. Canelo Alvarez, future Hall of Fame. Miguel Cotto, Hall of Fame. Where's his easy cherry pick? Where's Floyd Mayweather's cherry pick? Berto for his finale fight after Manny Pacquiao? Where was his cherry pick? Oh, Floyd didn't fought Paul Williams. Cool, all right. I wanted to see that fight. But you think that altered his legacy? No. He said Cotto was done when fought Floyd. What? What? Cotto was not done, my brother. Matter of fact, Cotto became a champion once again. Cotto was not done when he fought Floyd. Are we bugging out here? Did Cotto beat Margarito? Come on now. Let's bring the receipts, man. Come on now. This is Miguel Cotto heading to a Floyd Mayweather fight, knocking out Ricardo Mayorga, knocking out Antonio Margarito, and getting Floyd Mayweather. Was Cotto done? Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Hell no, he was not done. He was not done. And then, to further say that he wasn't done, then he lost right after to Austin Trout. Canelo then beat Austin Trout. Okay, then to get his get back and to get back into the winning column, he got Delvin Rodriguez. And then he retired Sergio Martinez. And then he beat Daniel Gal. He got the Cotto fight. Then he becomes champion versus Shershiro, whatever his name is. And retired with Saddam Ali. He said all C-level wins. Wow. All right. No. You said that Cotto was done. Now you switching. Now there was C-level fighter. He was not done. Cotto was not done. Now you trying to take away a Floyd Mayweather victory over Cotto. I know what you're trying to do. It's not going to work. Chief, it's not going to work. Cotto was not done. Cotto was not done. That was a legacy win. And he performed well versus on Floyd Mayweather. I think the judges did a disservice to Miguel Cotto as well. And he performed well versus to the point where Floyd Mayweather said that his hardest fight was Miguel Cotto. That's what Floyd Mayweather said. Floyd Mayweather said that his hardest fight was Miguel Cotto. So he was not done. Didn't he say that, folks? Didn't he say that? Didn't Floyd said that? Didn't Floyd said that Miguel Cotto was his hardest fight? Matter of fact, man, Floyd Mayweather took Cotto so serious that Mayweather actually was humbled during the promotion to that fight. He didn't talk shit to Miguel Cotto. Floyd Mayweather knew that he was going inside the ring with a guy, with an elite future Hall of Famer. That was a promotion that Floyd Mayweather didn't want to talk shit to Miguel Cotto. Exactly the guy. So what the chief mean? Miguel wasn't the same after Pacquiao whooping. What do you mean? Come on, man, stop. That's one thing about Floyd. You fan or not a fan, you can't take nothing away from Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, that's a narrative about him cherry picking. Now that he pick his opponents, that's one thing. Cherry pick is another. Cherry pick means that you're picking easy fights. Easy fights. None of those fights is easy. Ricky was not supposed to be easy. Cotto was not supposed to be easy. Canelo is not supposed to be easy. Maidana is not supposed to be easy. No. And at least think about this. Look at Floyd Mayweather when he fights these guys. Look at Floyd Mayweather. Let's go with the receipts. Look. This is Floyd Mayweather after they fight him. Let's see how they perform. The fight before fighting Floyd Mayweather. Okay, let's go to Floyd Mayweather, right? Let's see if he was easy pickings. Let's see if he was easy pickings. We already showed you. He picked Cotto after he retired, stopped TKO Margarito. Let me see when he picked Ricky Hatton. Let me see the win Ricky Hatton had before fighting Floyd Mayweather. He beat Luis Castillo, knocked out Luis Castillo. He knocked out Luis Castillo. Okay. I already saw you Victor Ortiz. He beat undefeated Andre Berto. Juan Manuel Marquez. Who did Juan Manuel Marquez do before he got the Mayweather fight? He beat Juan Diaz TKO, Joel Casimero TKO. He TKO Juan Diaz. All right? He TKO Juan Diaz. Let's go back. Let's see how much of he's cherry picking. Goes Guerrero. Beat Andre Berto. And he was on a winning streak and stuff like that. Andre Berto. He beat Andre Berto. Moved up, I think, and beat Andre Berto. Let's see who else y'all say he cherry picked. Who did Alvarez beat before getting Mayweather? Was it? Let's see who he beat. Austin Trout. No, Ghost Guerrero wasn't a cherry pick. Ghost Guerrero was a respectable champion. Ghost Guerrero was a respectable champion, my brother. That's not a cherry pick. Maidana, we already know he got him after the Adrian Broner. Who did Gotti fight before? Now that's not check because that's top rank, right? When he got control of his own career, he ain't cherry pick nobody. He ain't cherry pick. Only good thing about Guerrero was his dad. But we ain't thinking about around that time. Around that time is a good fight. Floyd Mayweather wasn't padding his resume. He wasn't padding his resume. Call it what you want, but the fact is he fought people later his career when he felt he had an advantage. How if Floyd Mayweather even was the older fighter? Like, think about it. When he fought Cotto, I'm sorry, when Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo, wasn't he 36 years old? Like, Floyd was the older fighter as well. He fought Pacquiao at 38. Everybody is younger than Floyd. After the Mayweather, the Oscar de la Hoya fight, he fought everybody in their prime. Maidana in his prime, Victor Ortiz in his prime, Canelo not in his prime. He's still young, right? But the thing is, he already had good significant wins with the trial and the Mosley and stuff like that. He had good significant wins. Cotto is younger than Floyd Mayweather. So he waited to then take advantage. Stop it. You guys stop it. Stop with the narrative. Stop it. I don't know. I understand the character of Floyd, but you can't hate on Floyd. Nope. Can't. Maidana was upset when for Broner punch was an upset. Well, he got it, right? And he gave Floyd Mayweather a run for his money. That's why there was a rematch. Maidana was most def a cherry pick. How? He beat Adrian Broner. It's not a cherry pick. It's not a cherry pick, my guy. How is Maidana a cherry pick? Y'all bugging. You bugging. Today, the Chief, you bugging with Floyd. You don't like, be honest. You hate Floyd Mayweather. Just be honest. You just hate Floyd Mayweather. So now, Cotto and Maidana was cherry picks. And just say everybody was a cherry. Canelo was a cherry pick too, right? Canelo was a cherry pick around that time, right? The Chief, Canelo was a cherry pick because he fought Canelo at 22 years old. And he only beat Austin Trout, right? And the old Shane Mosley. So he cherry picked Canelo, right? He cherry picked everybody. For you, if he cherry picked Cotto, he cherry picked everybody. That's it. Everybody in his career, he cherry picked. He said, nah, Canelo was a legit win. Why? 22, 23 years old? Why? It's not in his prime. They always say that Canelo Alvarez was young. It was a catch weight, 155. No, it was a cherry pick. Oh yeah, because you don't want to put Canelo Alvarez into the cherry pick category, like he's easy pickings, right? Because because Canelo is that guy. Nah, he cherry picked Canelo too. He cherry picked Canelo too. Keep that same energy. He cherry picked Canelo. He cherry picked Maidana. He cherry picked Canelo. Yeah, but he was always faster than all of them, so that's an advantage to him. Fighters would get slower and not have the same pop, so he didn't feel they were much of a threat. Oh man, y'all going ways. So it was scientifically strategic, right? Scientifically, I know. Come on, stop. Retro Jordan said this chat is comical, bro. Man, when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, man, the hate for Floyd is another level, man. The guy said that Canelo was a legit win. Tang Davis is that's a cherry picker right there. Tank is a cherry picker. When you got a Teo available, a Haney available, a Shakur available, and you pick Frank Martin or you pick Rowley, you're not mandated to fight these guys. You're picking these guys. Those are cherry picks. Hector Luis Garcia is a cherry pick, bro. That's cherry picking. And you in power position to pick. When you took control of your own career, you're not with Mayweather Promotions, and you got Hector Luis Garcia. When you gain independency, Hector Luis Garcia is your pick. Come on now. That's cherry pick. Canelo Alvarez picking what's his name? Chris Eubank Jr. That's been a professional for how many years and never was a champion. That's a cherry pick right there. Jaime Munguia is a pick, but not a cherry. Jaime Munguia is not supposed to be an easy fight. That's not a cherry pick. That's a pick, but not a cherry pick. John Ryder was a cherry pick, bro. Cherry mother effing pick. That's a cherry pick. It's a difference between when you have control over your career and you picking these fighters and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Canelo learned from Floyd. No, Canelo Alvarez did not learn from Floyd. Because if Canelo Alvarez learned from Floyd, we got the David Benavidez fight. If Canelo Alvarez learned from Floyd, we already have the Benavidez fight because Floyd gave us Manny Pacquiao. So do what Floyd did. Canelo, do what Floyd did and give us the best fight that the fans want to see. Because Floyd did that. Floyd gave us Manny Pacquiao. John Ryder better than Andre and Jamar Charlo. Man, if John Ryder was an American, you wouldn't be saying that. It's because in America, it's easy to hate on Demetrius Andre and Jamar Charlo. If John Ryder was an American, you guys wouldn't be. You wouldn't say that Joker's wild. If John Ryder was from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you wouldn't say that. It's because John Ryder is not even a subject in the YouTube community, boxing community. So you just saying that to shame Andre and Jamar Charlo. You never knew, nobody heard who the fuck John Ryder was, a guy with 5 losses. And that's the culture. Tang's a star main. True. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like. But anyway, yeah, man. How I do feel that when you at a level of Floyd and Canelo have great careers, you should be able to cherry pick and make your money. You should be able to pick. And at the end of the day, once you got this is one thing. If you don't got belts, then you don't got the responsibility. See, I think what frustrates the fan is, all right, Canelo. I think the Canelo Alvarez could do whatever he want to do. But I said this a lot of times, but doing whatever you want to do has responsibilities. You are an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. The next guy up is looking to fight you. But when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, the next guy up that is in position to get the world title shot, like it's not fair for those that's working their butts off to get into that type of position. So you got Chris Eubank Jr. Did he earn a Canelo Alvarez fight? You got guys that's been in position to get a Canelo Alvarez fight. Chris Eubank Jr. was never in position for a Canelo Alvarez fight. A Demetrius Andre versus Canelo is a way better fight than Chris Eubank Jr. and Canelo. A Demetrius Andre is a way better fight. Shit, I remember what people was making fun of Demetrius Andre because he called out Chris Eubank Jr., but Canelo Alvarez now is in negotiation with Chris Eubank Jr. and it's okay? Nah. Let's keep that same energy. Let's keep that same energy. Exactly, Carlos. You can't hold it hostage. Let it go and have fun. Fight MMA guy. In the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez got nothing to prove. In the end of the day, he got nothing to prove. That's one thing for sure. He got nothing else to prove. Even if he fights these guys, he got nothing left to prove. He's like Roy Jones Jr. after the John Ruiz fight. Got nothing left to prove. But talking about the young generation, Shakur Stevenson, a lot of people was talking about him that he's boring and going and getting mad of all the criticism that he's getting, and he's going out there dissing people right back. The same energy that he's getting, he's giving it right back out. I think that Shakur Stevenson at this moment is creating the type of buzz that he can't do, that he can't create that type of buzz in the ring. But whether we like it or not, he's creating a buzz outside of the ring that got people outside of the sport of boxing talking about it. You talking about Shakur Stevenson in the Breakfast Club. You talking about Shakur Stevenson in the It Is What It Is. You talking about Shakur Stevenson in Joe Budden's podcast. These Shakur Stevenson boxing wins never got into other people's platform and this conversation. That's another sad part. That's another sad part. That Shakur Stevenson is a 3-division world champion. He did his thing and nobody wanted to talk about him. As soon as he's talking his shit on Twitter, that's when he gets noticed. That's what I'm telling you, that we create that machine, bro. We create that machine. Why the Breakfast Club was never talking about Shakur Stevenson being a 3-division world champion, a silver Olympian? Why didn't they? Why the Joe Budden, being from New Jersey, never talked about Shakur Stevenson on his podcast? Why Cameron and Mace, before the fight with Shakur Stevenson, didn't even talk about the fight leading? They didn't talk about Shakur Stevenson's fight. You know what I'm saying? While they was promoting the fight, they didn't talk about it. It Is What It Is rarely talk boxing. They talk that Haney boxing, Javante, but they never really talk about Shakur. But they're sports also, right? So now it takes you to be toxic for you to grab that type of attention. And that's the sad part in America. That these guys don't get the benefit of the doubt when they're already doing something great in their profession. They have to come out and be some type of asshole and create that type of toxic energy for people to start talking about it. People now is more interested in this fight because of Twitter. So if y'all want to call them Shakur Twitterson, I think he adopted that on his own and he's taking advantage of it. You gave him the name Twitterson. He's tweeting more than any time. I hope he trademarks it too. He's copying Ryan, but look at Ryan too. We turn guys into this because they're not enough when they're just humble. They're not enough. And I'm not saying that Shakur Stevenson always been humble. He's the same guy that said that he think he would be Canelo Alvarez. But the more crazy they are, the more traffic they get. Same thing with Mike Tyson, same thing with Muhammad Ali, same thing with Floyd Mayweather. The reason why Boots is not getting the type of attraction is because he's not talking so much shit. And he doesn't have a co-signer like Oscar De La Hoya was for Ryan Garcia and Floyd Mayweather was to Gervonta Tang Davis. Exactly, Andy. Because this country becoming all about hate and forget about the love. Facts. So now these fighters have to create a villain. And if you look at the history of these fighters, right? The Shakurs, the Teo, the Haneys, the Ryan, they never got in trouble. They never got in trouble with the law like that. They just gym rats. Look at their come up. They don't have they're not a menace to society. I don't think that, look, have you ever heard of Gervonta Tang Davis getting locked up before his boxing career? No. Now he got his issues, but the other fighters, they don't get it. Well, Shakur Stevenson, they had that running with the law when he was, I think it was in Miami, right? When he when he took a swing at one of the guys and then hit the chick or something like that, pushed the chick. I don't know, something like that, right? But these guys are gym rats, man. They ain't street like that. We shouldn't be hating on them like that to the point where we taking everything away from them. We should be happy where boxing is right now. With the young talent that we got right now, boxing is thriving, but we're not letting it thrive. The hardcore boxing fans, we don't even want boxing to, because we're hating everybody. If we hate on everybody, then nobody's really good. Then how could we evolve? Maybe nobody is selling and the tickets not selling out right away because we're letting the casuals know that all these guys ain't no good. Because we set the tone in the end of the day. They pay, but we set the tone. If everybody's bad, look, I'm gonna say it like this. A lot of media folk that don't do boxing, they turn into YouTube. We're the one that break boxing down for these people, bro. You ain't see Mace gave Ego a shout out because Mace needs to look at boxing content creators to get his information, his boxing information. We're the voice of boxing, bro. We're the ones that keep boxing relevant. The YouTube boxing community, the boxing content creators, we keep boxing going. Not the networks. We keep boxing going. We keep boxing. Look, it's 2:00 in the morning, New York City time, Eastern time right now, and we're talking boxing. And somebody might be live right now, and we're dropping videos 24/7. And all of us that we doing because we love it. This is independent work that we're doing. And thank you for the people that donate to the channel. Thank you for the people who only got one donation though. We got one donation a day. But it's all good. It's all good. Smash the like button. But what I'm saying is that, think about it. The guys that's getting paid, what was it? They're getting paid like 6 figures covering the sport. Mike Coppinger is getting paid. But let me tell you like this, folks. Mike Coppinger don't work more than me. Mike Coppinger don't put in the work that I put in boxing. He's probably getting his six-figure payday. Your boy, Mr. Moonshine, we working for $10 for 2 hours. Because the love of it. You think Mike Coppinger is going to sit here for 2 hours and talk about boxing? You think he's going to do a bunch of videos and thumbnails and stuff like that? And breaking news after breaking news? Yeah, he's going to tweet about it. He's going to take his time to write about it. He ain't going to push everything to the side, do a video, get a video, boom, boom, write the description, write the title, create the thumbnail, shoot it out there, upload it, move on. Writing, podcasts, live shows. Shout out to Mayor. Bro, you all were the ones hyping up YouTube boxers, Jake Paul, and all that whack ass bullshit. Maton said, bro, you all were the ones hyping up YouTube boxers. I'm going to be honest. Ryan more knowing than John Fury. Casuals turning into punch at 2. Everybody all the casuals is turning to YouTube, whether it's my channel or other channels, because ESPN ain't going to talk about boxing. Fox ain't going to talk about boxing. You're not going to get boxing in your debate shows. They're not talking boxing. We talk boxing. Can you imagine if it wasn't for YouTube? Albert, salute from 305. Salute, my brother. But anyway, man, y'all already know me. It's 2:00 in the morning, man. Tomorrow we back at it. Probably a little bit earlier, not too late. We're going to be talking about Jerome Boots ending his fight with David Avenesian. Of course, a lot of people are going to be watching Boots if he's going to outperform Bud Crawford with David Avenesian. I think that Boots is going to do his thing. I'm not sure it's going to be the 5th round. It could be earlier or it could be a little later. But I don't think it's going to go past 8 rounds. I don't think it's going to pass 8 rounds. I think Jerome Boots ending is going to look more spectacular. I think he's going to be playing around with David Avenesian as well and show his skills and talent and his showmanship, something that we need in the sport of boxing. So y'all already know, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Tomorrow we back at it. Love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.